Hello everyone, is anyone feeling stuck in life, tired, and unable to get rich from boring work? Today, we will bring you a black and white manga series in which the main character gets lost in a new world, and uses his business skills on a system to become a very rich man, living a slow and comfortable life. Watching it won't make you rich right away, but dreaming never hurts. Who knows, maybe one lucky day will come to us. Let's start the story right away. The main character is a freelance comic artist. He's 40 years old this year, but he's not married and doesn't have any children. Even though he draws to make a living, he doesn't really love his job. When the bullet train travels from Tokyo, where he lives and works, finally connects to his hometown, he decides to put down his pen and becomes a gardener. Every day, he enjoys the time by growing vegetables, living a simple but happy life. But suddenly, one day, he gets lost in a strange forest. He doesn't fall or get hurt, nor does he lose his memory. He realizes that he has wandered into another world. With nothing on him, if he doesn't use his brain to survive, sooner or later, he'll become nothing but a dry skeleton. Suddenly, he discovers a long decayed corpse, surely a warrior as he has both a sword and armor on him. After paying his respects to the dead, he finds a ring and a dagger on that warrior's body. However, the most important thing now is to find food and water. The main character's head suddenly feels dizzy, suspecting whether he is falling into someone's trap. Despite thinking it might be someone's trap, he still shouts out loud the word status open, and his eyes light up as the system screen appears. This could be another world, and he has to give it a try for fun. When the screen shows his identity, he feels even more confused because he doesn't understand anything. The screen only shows a name, age, and 3 buttons. Oh, is that all? He tries pressing the button named Shangri-La on the home page and sees a whole world of items appear before him. There are food, clothes, books, vehicles, and so on. Then our main character sees the item box button. With his experience, he guesses that maybe this item box is for adding items he likes, probably like the shopping cart online. As soon as he presses the item box button, the sword flies in, and when he presses to take it out, the sword also flies out. After some trials with a few more buttons, our main character finally understands how to use it. It's like a computer, very convenient. Now he needs to see how many items he can get. But suddenly, his mind starts to worry. Is it really okay for him to just use this power? But if he doesn't rely on this weird power for the time being, he will have the same fate as that warrior. After sighing deeply, he presses on to see what happens next. He has to buy a bread roll and 3 boxes of milk to stave off hunger, as the elders say, only with food, you can find the way. But no, it costs 2,500 yen. The machine demands money again, but he doesn't have any. Luckily, he has come up with the idea of selling the warrior's sword. With 100,000 yen in hand, food and drink are no longer a worry. He quickly eats the sandwich roll with milk before his brain shuts down. After recharging, he respectfully buries the man and expresses his gratitude because everything he has now is received from him. After paying his respects, he bravely orders ingredients to make delicious ramen. After eating, he thinks about starting a business on the item box system, because he knows that even with a mountain of money, it will eventually run out. He must learn how to do business to survive. But while he's thinking, some animals from the forest smell the delicious food and come looking for it. Kenichi's brain is working at full capacity to find a way to defeat these wolves. He tries everything from explosives to a leather gun. After a struggle, he manages to chase away the wolves. It's too dangerous here, they will surely come back, so he needs to find a way out of the forest. The tall grass is making it hard to navigate, but eventually, he escapes the forest, and a road appears before him. He buys a telescope and a stand, although expensive, but he needs to escape from this place. After looking through the telescope, he sees a city ahead, and the path to it seems relatively easy. His face suddenly becomes serious. He has spent almost half of his money and needs to think of ways to earn more. While contemplating about business with spices and leather bags in the new city, a horse-drawn carriage passes by, inviting him to get on. Just like the last straw in the nick of time, he also discovers that he can understand the language here. After mentioning that he's run out of money, the horse carriage driver, Fuyo, cheerfully responds that the destination is nearby, so there's no need to pay, and he offers our main character a free ride. Our main character introduces himself as Kenichi. Fuyo is also a merchant, and he quickly notices that Kenichi, who claims to be a merchant too, is empty-handed. He guesses that Kenichi owns the miraculous item box skill. Upon arrival, Kenichi gratefully repays Fuyo with a bag of spices, but Fuyo insists on being paid in value for this gift. After happily receiving the money, Kenichi has to find a place to establish his business operations. He plans to specialize in trading various spices because he sees great potential in this product. However, he's smart enough to eavesdrop on rumors in the streets and learns that there's a monopoly guild manipulating this product, making it difficult to compete. Then he goes to a rather nice inn. The serving girl greets him with a bright smile. She introduces the services and prices to him. At first, he intends to ask the girl to teach him how to read and write in the city. In return, he will give her some sweet treats, something only the nobility here can eat. But after trying out a few calculations, he realizes that the language here is quite similar to the real world, so he'll probably be okay doing business without needing to learn to read and write more. After chatting, the girl notices that this special male guest might be a future business genius, so she expresses her desire to be his girlfriend. Although he has declined due to age, she continues to hold onto his arm tightly. Kenichi quickly changes the subject by drawing a portrait of the girl. And, unsurprisingly, the result exceeds expectations. The portrait of the beautiful server named Azalea moves her deeply, making her realize that he must be a professional artist. And so, she falls even deeper into love at first sight, thinking our main character is some sort of noble or something. Without saying a word, she is determined to use actions to show her intention to repay the sweets and the portrait she has received. Kenichi isn't sure if it's okay to encounter such a situation right after arriving here.